guys, welcome back to another video. So we are home. If you watched our last video, you know that Jason was in the hospital because he got um, pretty much got attacked by a dog in the neighborhood. And I may do it here. I may do it in another video, but briefly I'll just kind of tell you what happened. He was walking to the park with Taylor and Connor, my other two children, and he ran up ahead of them and was running by a house, and their dog was not leashed, it wasn't fenced in, and ran out of the backyard and attacked Jason. First it bit him on his right arm twice, and then bit him right here on his right side on his face. I was at home. Connor, my oldest son, came and ran and got me and told me what had happened, and I ran out my back door, which is that door right there, down the alley to this house where I found Jason sitting on the front porch with the owner, who had covered his face with a towel because he was bleeding severely and his wound was really bad. The paramedics were already called, so 911 was called. They were already on their way there. When I was running down the block, I actually heard them, and I glanced over and saw they were heading the same direction as me, and I instantly knew that it was for Jason. They got to him like mere seconds. I want to say like 5 seconds before I did. And they removed the towel to reveal the bite wound, and they applied a nonstick gauze pad on it. One of the EMTs scooped him up in his arms, took him to the ambulance while I was giving another EMT my name, Jason's information, and I just told them, go, you need to take him. I was not in the right headspace to be in that ambulance with Jason at the time. I just needed him to get to the hospital as quickly as possible. So they took Jason, and me and my other two children drove in my car there. We made it to the hospital in less than 5 minutes. I think they were calling the police officers to let them know what type of vehicle I had. So they were seeing me on the road with my emergency flashers, they knew it was me. I was on my way to Jason. We got to the hospital and we were led into a waiting room. Jason was back in a private room. They were assessing him, doing x-rays to make sure there wasn't any broken bones or anything else wrong with him. They made us wait for like 5 minutes, and then they came back and got me and then let me into Jason, who was already, they had taken his clothes off. They were checking everything. They were assessing him. It was a pretty long ordeal, to say the least. We were at Racine Hospital. It's called All Saints Ascension. It's in Racine. We were there for about an hour before they transported us because his bite wound to his face was so severe. We had to go to the Children's Hospital in Milwaukee because they specifically deal with children, and more specifically they have their own facial specialists that deal with all kinds of things for reconstruction for children. So we went to Milwaukee Children's Hospital. We were there for about 5 hours, and we were waiting on their team. Their team was actually waiting on us to get there. They were ready to go by the time we rolled in, assessing Jason, making sure that he was okay, checking his vitals. They gave him pain medicine. The whole 9 yards. So they did fantastic with Jason. The plastic surgeon came in, assessed him, and they actually put him to sleep so that they could stitch up his face. And she was meticulous, making sure that his scar is as minimal as possible. So I don't know how many stitches he has. I just know that she spent over an hour closing it. His wound was very deep. It went through 3 layers of his skin right here, but it did not penetrate all the way through, thank God. It did cut into his lip slightly. So he's very limited on how much he can open his mouth and what he can eat, and everything. I want to say that he's doing good. Yesterday he spent the majority of the day sleeping because by the time we got out of the hospital it was 2 o'clock. We made it home. Children's Hospital was about an hour away from us, so we had to drive home. It was about 3:30. We finally went to sleep, me and my husband, at about 4:30. Jason fell asleep in the car, and he slept the majority of yesterday, just because he had anesthesia and pain meds and everything in his body. And then he finally felt a little bit better around 9 o'clock last night to actually get up. I gave him a bath and put him in clean clothes, and he kind of went back to sleep on the couch around 1 o'clock and then was up, and he's been up today. So we've had family, friends calling, texting, messaging me via Facebook, checking on him, making sure he's okay, asking if we need anything. And I appreciate all the warm thoughts, wishes, prayers, because this was by far the most horrible thing that's ever happened to us, period. And especially to Jason, this has been super traumatic for him, having to go through all this. And I will tell you what, my son is so brave and so strong because he endured all of that, and he's still fighting. He's still wanting to get up and interact with us, and I know it's hard for him. I know this is hard for everybody, and it's just been a really bad situation. I feel bad for the owner of the dog. I feel bad for the dog. I feel bad for me, for my son, for my other two kids who had to be there and witness this. It's not a good situation when this happens. And so we're kind of taking it day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour. That's all we can do, making sure Jason's as comfortable as he can be, and he has everything that he needs, and he's doing pretty good. He's not going to be in our vlogs until he feels ready. Not until I feel ready, but until he feels ready and comfortable to show the world, his face and talk about it. I'm not pressuring him. We want him to know it'll be on his own time, when he wants, when he's comfortable. He's actually right here on the floor sitting in the living room, and I'm talking to him as I'm talking to you guys, and he's shaking his head. But like I said, we're not going to show him his face because the wound is still healing. He has a lot of stitches. I'm not even going to show a picture of the stitches because we have video and pictures, but that's not something that I feel comfortable sharing. I just feel comfortable talking with you guys, and I cannot stress enough how wonderful the EMTs in Racine were. They were fantastic with him. They took care of him. They made sure he was comfortable. They kept him calm during this whole thing. They were just amazing. From the time that we got there to the time they made it to the hospital was less than 5 minutes, you guys. I mean, it took me 5 minutes to get there because I had to come home and get my keys and everything. We were 2 blocks away. And by the time I was home, they were already at the hospital. So, I mean, they got him there so fast, and they took such great care of him. And all the people, like the whole team at Children's Hospital Milwaukee, they were just outstanding. I cannot tell you how amazing his charge nurse, Dan, was, talking to Jason, telling him everything that was going on, reassuring him he was going to be okay. Everything. Dan even was asking me, my husband, is there anything I can get for you? Do you want water? Do you want coffee? Is there anything else? Like, just constantly asking me and my husband if we needed anything, if we were okay. They were really great about asking us how we were doing. Like, it's traumatic for Jason, but they also know it's traumatic for us parents, seeing your child go through pain and endure something like this. So they were really, really great, and I cannot thank all of them enough. And everybody, all of our friends, all of our family that have texted and called and checked on us and checked on Jason. Thank you guys so much. I know you guys are far away and you're seeing it, and hearing about it from us, from calling, from messaging, everything. I appreciate it. Jason appreciates it. We love you guys so much. Like, you guys don't even know what that means to me as a mom, to have her baby, go through something like this. And the fact that everyone has reached out and checked on me and checked on Jason, it means the world to us. Like, you don't even know. And so we're going to take the next couple of days. He has to go back to the Children's Hospital on Friday to get checked out. We're just going to take the next couple of days to be a family and spend time with him and let him recuperate as best as we can, because that's the main thing right now. And we're looking forward to 4th of July and his birthday, and we have, things planned that we want to do as a family. So we may not be posting videos as much, but I just wanted to update you guys on what really had happened and why you may not be seeing Jason in our vlogs for a little while. because like I said, he is recovering. It is a very severe bite to the face, and he's not ready to share what happened with our YouTube family just yet. And I'm completely okay with that. Well, we're gonna take it slow. We're gonna take it slow. We need, all of us, need time to just kind of thought process it, because it is still very fresh and everything else. So that is it. I'm actually destroying my house. I'm cleaning my house. I mean, you can see it's a mess. My kitchen is horrible. It's been a rough couple of days, but I wanted to update everybody on how he's doing and what's been going on. And that's pretty much it. So I will see you next time, YouTube. Bye.